Tell me about yourself, Stacy. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Bakersfield, California.
Which part of California?
Bakersfield, California.
Oh, Bakersfield, Central California.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Raised with mom and dad?
Raised with my dad. I moved up here about 10 years ago now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And tell me about growing up in Bakersfield. What was your home life like?
It was all right. I grew up Mormon.
Okay.
It was not bad. I got pretty lucky. No really hardships or anything. Nothing.
And brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers, 1 sister.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What did you guys do for fun growing up?
Skateboard. Just I don't know, different things. I was outside. I was an outside cat.
And you skated?
Huh?
Did you
I
skate?
would skate around with my brother sometimes. That was fun. I'd hang out with my friends. Usually go swimming. It's hot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's like, I'm from Southern California, and Bakersfield's like there's a lot of farm. I-5, right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of farms out there.
There's farms out there. And then it's just like a big suburb.
Yeah, a giant suburb.
A huge suburb, yeah.
But it's not too close or too far away from like Yosemite and...
Yeah, we're basically 2 hours from the city, 2 hours from the beach, 2 hours from the mountains.
Right.
It's kind of cool, but yeah.
And when you said growing up Mormon, were you guys like parents just like super into
No, my
it?
dad wasn't strict Mormon. Me and my brothers and sisters were. So we went to church and did the whole like everything. Follow the man, it's been so long since I left the church that I forget what. Follow the rules or the commandments or whatever they say.
And you said you eventually, you went to high school and did all that stuff in Bakersfield. And then when did you get out of Bakersfield?
I left Bakersfield in 2012. I got married. I met my husband right after high school. And we had our daughter in 2007.
Okay.
5 years after high school, I got pregnant. And then I got pregnant with my son in 2012, and that's when we moved up here because we got a job up here. Once we moved up here, I realized I didn't want to be Mormon anymore.
Okay, so your husband was Mormon as well?
Different city, like, more accepting of what I really wanted to do was not be Mormon.
What?
Just...
Was there, I don't know, was it a slow transition out of being Mormon, or was it just like faster? Or?
No, it was just like when we got here, and after I had my son, I got a job, and I met this friend who kind of like opened my eyes, kind of. She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was just like not afraid to say what I wanted, really, which was not to be married anymore to my husband, and I wanted to get a job and not be Mormon anymore. So I asked for a divorce, and I got a job, and my husband thought that, she just, that we could work it out, but when he realized that I wasn't going to work it out, he moved back home suddenly when I was not at home.
To Bakersfield?
To Bakersfield with my kids, yeah.
With your kids?
Yeah.
Without telling you?
Yeah. Well, I already sent my daughter, it was in the summertime, I sent my daughter for like summer vacation to be with my dad. And then I had my son here, and when he realized that I was not, coming back, I was leaving him, he packed up, because I worked at night. He packed up and left.
And you just were like, where are you? And
he's like, I'm in Oregon
with
my son on my way home. So he quit his job, packed up, and went home to his parents. That was kind of like, it sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of traumatizing.
Yeah, my daughters are 9 and 11.
Yeah.
And like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Incredibly traumatizing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And they wanted, like, I think they did it because they wanted me to try to come home. Like, my dad begged me to come home.
So, like, use them as leverage.
Yeah, offered me, like, I'll pay for an apartment, I'll get you a car, everything, you don't have to pay for anything. Come home, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It sucked, but like, I didn't want to live in Bakersfield. I wanted to.
Yeah, there's something to, like, what I hear is I need to be true to myself and be my authentic self rather than play this role of whatever it is.
Do what everyone expected me.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I hate the Mormon church because of that.
Yeah. Well, let's see. How your kids are how old now?
My daughter, hold on. I know how old they are. Just taking a minute.
That's okay. Take your time.
Joey's 17 and Sam is 10. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it's fine. I see that you miss your kids, and that's okay. It's totally fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's hard being away from them.
unimaginable, right? I mean, like I said, if I was away from my kids, I'd drive me insane. And how long ago was this?
10 years ago he moved. He moved 10 years ago.
Oh, 10 years ago. Gotcha. And so when that happened...
When that happened, I wasn't addicted to drugs or anything on the street, anything.
Yeah,
I had my full-time job. I was in an apartment, everything. And I think when I lost my job and I got a different one, and then when I moved to the city, I had met my boyfriend now, my life partner now, right around that same time, so my husband left. And we've been together ever since. We're still together. Didn't mean to fall in love, but it did. And we've just been, living life, ups and downs of life.
But was there, I guess, a time eventually when you started coping with illegal substances?
Yeah. I started with Adderall. That was, wasn't too bad because me and my life partner now both lost our jobs at the same time.
Okay.
So he pulled out his 401k and we went on a road trip and we drove all the way down to Bakersfield where my kids were, and then to San Diego where some of his family was.
So you saw your kids at that time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And back up. It was only supposed to be for 2 weeks, but we ended up buying a van and staying on the road for a year and a half.
You just lived in the van and...
Yeah. We lived in the mountains for a while. We lived, anywhere, and we came back to the city in 2017, I think it was. Lived on Green Lake for the summer, and then we got jobs in the winter.
While you're in the van still?
Yeah, that was kind of hard, but we worked in Soto, so every morning we'd get up out of the van and go to work in Soto and get off work, go shower at the gym, and then come back. Kind of hard. So that was like our first kind of like experience with being homeless, but we weren't really homeless. We lived in the van, Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it'd be up to you what you want to call it.
And then I found an apartment in Belltown. So we moved there. And we lived there for 4 years. I moved there right before the pandemic. And that's when the drugs came into play, because our neighbor was a drug dealer. And he offered us some drugs, and we decided to try them, and that was it. That was the start of it, yeah.
Well, tell me about that. Like,
it was
what type of drugs?
Well, we started with meth.
And you'd like never done meth before?
Never.
You're just like, I'm gonna see what this is like.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Yeah, and it wasn't like too bad. I was able to handle it. Still have a job. I was a barista then. Everything was okay. And when my partner got hurt really bad and he couldn't walk and he needed some pain pills but he could not get any, he decided to try some heroin. And so I went and bought him a little bit of heroin, and I tried a little bit, and we smoked that for a little bit, and then we quit. And then he still was injured, and he still had really bad pain where he couldn't walk. So we ended up trying some blues, and that's how we got hooked on blues. And then when they had a blue shortage is when we got hooked on the fentanyl. We've been hooked on fentanyl for about 2 years now. Yeah, he's probably at a shelter right now or doing something downtown. I'm not sure where he is.
You don't really know.
No, being homeless and stuff, you lose track of your partner sometimes for days. A lot of people I know who have seen partners out here, they lose track of their partner for days, and it's not a big deal. They show up eventually, and like sometimes, like I went to detox right before Thanksgiving, and he couldn't find me for a few weeks, And
you went into detox?
Yeah.
Oh wow! What made you decide to do that?
I got really sick and I went to the hospital. I don't know what was wrong with me, some kind of infection. They said I was withdrawing, so they gave me Suboxone, and I wasn't withdrawing, so that put me into precipitated withdrawal, which is like awful. It's very horrible. And so I told them just take me to detox since I'm already, already pushing the fentanyl out of my system. So might as well try to get off of it, because I've been wanting to get off of it anyway. And I was there for 5 days. It wasn't too bad, but I left on Thanksgiving.
This past Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Eventually, I know I can do it. I know I'll be able to get off of it. Yeah. I wanted to get off of it before Christmas, but I know it's not going to happen. I wanted to be in bed because my family doesn't know I'm addicted. My family does not know I'm addicted to drugs at all.
Well, a lot of people are addicted to a lot of things, and like, no judgment here. Less. This is like illegal substances. There's legal things to be addicted to. It's like we're a society that is addicted to shopping. You name it.
Oh, I know. It's like.
Well, you were talking about your kids, I was thinking parents can't just take a parent can't take their kids from another parent. It's not legal.
Yeah.
So did you ever look into like the legal part of it?
When he took them, I thought, well, if he wants to live down there, that's okay, I'll just get my apartment and get everything set, ready so they can come up here either during the summer or for school, however we want to do it, because he was cool. He's like, if you don't, try to fight for custody, I'll never keep them from you. I'll never, let them talk to you or anything like that. And he kept his promise up until he met his new wife, and then that's when it changed, because she's not a very nice person.
Yeah, there was like a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
Until it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's like, that's a good thing about the court system with parents and co-parents is like, if it's written and planned, then you can't deviate.
Yeah.
But if it's just a verbal agreement and somebody goes,
you can say whatever.
Decides, yeah. Have you talked to when was the last time you talked to your kids?
It's been a while. My daughter stopped talking to me when she turned 13. I don't know. She's upset or going through a teenage thing, but yeah. So,
She's the older one?
Yeah.
She's 17 now.
Yeah.
Stacy, one last question before we wrap up. Is there anything that you want the people of Seattle to know?
Man, I can't really say. Everyone's so different here. I want to say things to a lot of different people. I would say being addicted to fentanyl is not like any other addiction. It's not like they shouldn't judge oh, you're just a druggie addicted to fentanyl and just stop doing it. It's not that easy. I was able to stop heroin, I was able to stop meth, I was able to stop cigarettes, everything. No problem. I don't have addictive personality at all. Fentanyl is a whole different story. Yeah, you try it once for a couple of days just because you're partying or whatever, and you are hooked in your body. When you don't have it, it's worse than alcohol withdrawal. That's what people say, and it sucks, and it's very hard to get off of it. And I wish there was more help for people who want to get off of it or need to get off of it, because the hospitals, they treat you like shit. When they find out you're an addict, they don't care. There's something wrong with me, not related to drug use, and they just started treating me like shit once they found out I was addicted, and just gave me Suboxone and just said, here, and that's not cool. People are just judgmental because I understand, because of all the boosting and all the criminal activity that goes along with being a drug user. It sucks.
Yeah, I hear this desire, you were expressing, I want to get off this. It's stuck.
I wish there was more help. They say, I think people think that there's enough help, but I don't think there is. There's not enough compassionate help.
Yeah. It's good to hear your voice. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. I know there's some hard parts.
Thank you.